Hello everybody, welcome to Solving Standard. I'm Corbin and this is Standard Merfolk. You have no idea how excited I am to say that. We get to play Merfolk in Standard. I think the deck's going to be really good. It's a new world with the bannings. Rampaging Ferocidon, Ramunap Ruins banned. Attune with Ether, Rogue Refiner banned. A lot going on in Standard right now. We can do whatever we want, and what we want to do is play some Merfolk. Now, this hand, it's a little iffy. Clearly, it's a 5-lander, but you know what? It's got good colors of mana. Hash Up Oasis is essentially a spell, and Silvergirl Adepts, Merfolk Branchwalkers, they provide you so much value. I'm in. So we'll give this a shot. We're on the play, so we can get on in there with this Branchwalker on turn 2, and our opponent's mulliganing, so it'll probably be all right. Now, I'm so excited for Rivals of Ixalan and Standard. We get to play Merfolk. I got to preview Kumena myself for TCGplayer. It was basically the highlight of my little fish career. Pretty happy about it. But you know what? I'm just excited to give this deck a shot and show everyone what it can do. We had a list go 5-0 in a league. A competitive league, as a matter of fact, and you know what? We're gonna go deep here with these Merfolk. And another land, not exactly what we wanted, of course, but that's why we play this card. Merfolk Branchwalker explores, so good. All right, Silvergirl Adept, huh? I think I'll put that on top of my library. So we have a 3/2, and we're gonna get a draw card next turn. The 1-2 punch of Silvergirl and Branchwalker is just so much value in sort of the mid game. It just helps you get there on cards. It just does basically everything you want it to do. All right, so it looks like our opponent is stuck on land. So this one might be a quick one. At least we hope so. All right, get in there for 3. Start things off here. Now we'll play Silvergill, reveal Tempest Caller, draw a card. Okay, well, that's another land. All right, well then. Well, we've drawn 2 of our 3 cards of inlands, but you know what? We still have pressure on the board. Our opponent doesn't have lands. We think we're going to be all right here. Yep. All right, on to game 2. Fair enough. I have no idea what our opponent's doing. I just saw a basic island. I'm assuming that means control, so I'm going to board in these Nissas, board out the Tempest Caller here. Question is if we want negates or spell pierces, and why not? I'm going to go ahead and just bank on this, and I'd rather have my deck be slightly worse against a not control deck that led with Basic Island. If we're wrong, and but if we're right, actually have the cards we want in the matchup, which is a lot of these. Okay, so things we don't necessarily need here. We probably cut a Jade Bearer. Probably cut these unsummons, I imagine. It's probably just Scarab Gods that we have to deal with. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get the other Spell Pierce in here. And I think, yeah, this all seems fine. I'm going to get the Crashing Tides back in, because if we're going to have a... Yeah, and you know what? You can always use it on your own. The old Vapor Snag trick in Modern, you can use it on your own creature to cycle and protect your creature from a removal spell. So we'll see. This hand, though, this hand is pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Wow. This is so beautiful. I am in love with this deck. Jadelight Ranger. This was not in the 5-0 list, but man, this card's good. Okay, well, it turns out our opponent's probably on White Blue Gift, and I guess the Spell Pierces will be good. Whew, we're gonna have some aggro work in here. All right, get the speaker in here. We'll follow up with a Deep Root Elite, and then hopefully we'll have some lands. Yeah, blue. It could be blue-black gift. It's definitely a gift deck. Our opponent has explored a Search for Azcanta to the top. All right, I would like to draw a Spell Pierce here. It's not a Spell Pierce, but it's not the worst either. All right, so it looks like we're just going to have to slow down here. Our opponent, on some sort of gift deck, it seems, probably Esper Gift, if I had to guess. But Gift for the God-pharaoh, going to be annoying, but hopefully we can draw into some sort of counter for it before they get there. Obviously, Search for Azcanta, pretty big problem, but we're going to be able to make our team pretty large here and just hopefully overload our opponent's removal. Well, that'll do it. All right, I'm in a Merfolk with this. A couple options here. I think I just want to play Jadelight Ranger. This way, if we have some lands on top, we can draw cards. Alright, we'll put this on the Kumena speaker so we can get in there this turn. Alright, so I'm actually going to put that on the bottom, or my graveyard, I suppose. Wow, another one. I'll keep this one, I guess. I just feel like maybe we don't need multiple of these. I just kind of want land, to be honest. But maybe we just don't need to worry about that. Maybe I just keep it on top. Alright, we'll put this counter here and we'll get on in there. This is nice. We got a 4/3 Jadelight Ranger out of the deal. Alright, so our opponent is also a long way from actually finding Azcanta. They're searching for it, but they're a couple turns away at least. I suppose they can have it next turn if they throw something into the graveyard here. Well, they're just going to go for it. That's fair enough. Ravenous Chupacabra, Angel. Yep, definitely a gift deck. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone digging a little more for the... All right, well, it's funny, I say they are a long way from doing it, and then they go aggro in on it and flip it immediately. Fair enough, I suppose. There is no God-pharaoh's gift in the graveyard, though. Okay, well, Jadelight Ranger down. Opponent only has one card in hand. They have Azcanta. Yeah, they've got things working for them, but we can put on some pressure here. I think that's what we have to do as well. I think we just play the pressure game, since basically our opponent has one card in hand. We can't stop too much. This is a long way from coming back, at least. All right, so you know our opponent's gonna have to go digging. So that's kind of what we have working for us here. Put the counter for the Deep Root Elite here, and we can play this Kumena speaker as well. Now next turn, if we draw a land, we can go ahead and play 2 creatures for some double trigger action. All right, well, we get attacked for quite a bit of damage this turn. Swing for 8, not so bad. Yeah, Deep Root Elite, not quite Thalia's Lieutenant like I wanted it to be, but still pretty good as it turns out. Yeah, our opponent is definitely going to need... I don't know if since they're playing Esper here, if that means they have the Gate to the Afterlife version or not. I'm not sure exactly what it runs, but I do know that they're going to need to get something going pretty soon here. Also, for what it's worth, they only have 1 white mana, so they can't cast Angel of Invention the hard way. Well, now they can. Ether Hub. It also means the Minister of Inquiries can mill 3 more if they need to. Alright, our opponent with not too much going on here. Looks like they're probably, next turn's the big one. They're going to roll the dice on Azcanta, I'm sure. And basically they need to hit the God-pharaoh's gift. We have a lot of good draws here. We can draw something to bounce whatever they put into play. We can just draw Spell Pierce. Land is also pretty solid, to be honest. Alright, so I'm going to play this Silvergill Adept first. Because if we draw a counterspell, I want to keep that up, obviously, instead of playing the Lord. But if we don't, we'll just play the Lord. So much value out of all these cards right now. This is beautiful. Okay, we'll put it on this thing. Draw a card. Kumena, huh? Not bad next turn. All right, so given that, we may as well just go in, try to knock out our opponent here. Go for the KO. Swinging for quite a bit, putting a lot of pressure on our opponent. In fact, it's reasonable that we might even be able to beat an Angel of Invention. We're putting so much pressure on here. Attacking for, what is it, 11, 15, 19 damage on turn... I guess it's turn like 5, but maybe turn 6, whatever. Turn 5. Yeah, our opponent needs to find some stuff pretty good here. So we're taking 8 and falling to 4. And we might just be able to beat through an Angel of Invention. Maybe not, but we'll see. All right, here comes the Azcanta. Gonna need something good here. We're gonna be able to pull this one out. The Immortal Sun. What is that? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Okay, I don't think this beats us. That's for sure. Cool card, though. All right, our opponent's casting something. Oh, it's a Fumigate. Fair enough. That's a pretty good Fumigate. We can rebuild, though. That's actually not so bad. I'm just going to play double Merfolk Branchwalker here, and this is why this and Silvergar are so good. You're just able to effortlessly rebuild after a Fumigate. Get to put a Silvergar on top. That's basically the dream, I won't lie. All right, and just like that, we've put 6 power back in play. Now, we are fighting the uphill battle against Ascanta because we don't have lethal next turn, so there is still plenty to worry about here. That was a good Fumigate. Maybe I could have played around it a little more. Honestly, I'm not sure we could have played around it much more, but here comes the God-pharaoh's gift. Yeah, well, they might have turned the corner on us here. Oh, no, okay, just a Champion of Wits Eternalized. Pretty good for our opponent, but not quite killing us. Very good though. It was a great Fumigate. But that's what we do have sideboard cards for the Fumigate. We didn't see any this game, but that's okay. Alright, we'll cast this Silvergar, revealing Kumena. Drawing a land. Perfect, okay. So we can't actually attack here. So we may as well just play Kumena, and then we can tap 3 Merfolk and draw a card. Now, I think it's safe to say we're definitely behind and not favored at the moment. We haven't been able to find any of our sideboard cards. And that is the biggest problem. So, and our opponent's popping off with Ascanta now. So, I would say that we're not favored, but we're not dead either. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand too, so they've got everything they want over there. And is this a main phase Ascanta activation? This card is just very broken, as it turns out. And they're thinking about it. I can't wait to put this together in paper. I'm pretty excited. All right, is this another is eternalizing the other Champion of Wits? Fair enough. Well, this means we actually, I boarded out that Tempest Caller because, I put him on a control deck rather than this, but we're not going to be able to make, well, we hopefully we'll get to attack here at least. We can actually get in for 5 with Kumena with the Hash Up Oasis. Mortal Sun, very interesting. You get an extra draw, your spells cast less, your creatures get pumped. I mean, it doesn't seem great, but I guess it's a different target for Refurbish if you need it. All right, well, let's draw a card. Land not exactly what we wanted there. And neither was that land. All right, well, I guess we just go ahead and draw a card. Well, I want to make this unblockable. I also want to draw a card, but I want to make this unblockable and just get in for 5. Yeah, we only have like the 1 negate here. I think we just have to go for it. All right, I would like to sacrifice Hash Up Oasis. All right, so we'll get in there for 5 unblockable with the Tyrant here. The other option was to just swing with the team, but that just suicides something. At least this way we have 3 other Hash Up Oasises, which would win the game for us. And that's pretty reasonable. In terms of playing to our outs, I think we're dead, but there is another champ, a Noxious Gearhulk, huh? That's pretty good. Nice invention, Noxious Gearhulk as well. All right, well, that's down. Our opponent gains 4. I think they've turned the corner on us here. We know what we're sideboarding against now, though. That might help. Yeah, we're very dead. We'd have outs if we had Tempest Caller in our deck. Okay. All right, Merfolk Branchwalker, what do you got for me? Nissa pretty good, I suppose. I mean, we're kind of dead no matter what we do here, but we went wide, but not quite wide enough, as it turns out. Yeah, our opponent just had that clutch fumigate. Really did us in. Interested to see. It seems possible at this point. Maybe our opponent. Well, they still have the Minister of Inquiry, so I don't think they cut the God-pharaoh's gifts. But they've gone through a lot of their deck to have not played one yet. Well, okay, there you go. All right, we're not beating that though. So this is sick. We need 8 mana. Yeah, and we're, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only had 7. Yeah, this is definitely good in the matchup. We are dead in this game, though. So our opponent just gets back Angel of Invention, and that's good enough to get us. Okay, so let's move on here. See what we can do in Game 3. All right, so moving back to Game 3, I wonder what is good and what is bad here. You know, honestly, our plan is pretty reasonable. Plan hasn't changed much. We want the naturalizes. Actually, have a lot of reasonable cards here in this matchup, but let's get the naturalizes in here. Get the Crashing Tides out. Don't need Kapala. Our opponent's only using mass removal here. It's tempting to get Tempest Caller once the game, if the game looked at all like that, to get in there. But, you know, we could also, you know, we could do similar things with Baral's Expertise. Don't know if this is better, though. It can hit a God-pharaoh's gift. I didn't see any refurbish in that game, though, from our opponent. Entrancing Melody, I don't think we want. River's Rebuke is also pretty reasonable. Very expensive, though. The question is, do we play to try to stop our opponent from getting those things into play, or do we play to deal with it once they have them in play? That's sort of the question here. I think we want the Tempest Caller more so than the rest of that. Might be able to cut a Jade Bearer, or we're actually at 60 with that Tempest Caller. Okay, this might be reasonable. You know, the Spell Pierce is either going to be great or terrible. You know, it's going to be bad if we draw it in the late game. But it will be quite good if we draw it, you know, in order to snipe their Fumigate or whatever. So we'll give this a shot. Well, I think we're keeping this one. It needs to draw a land, but it's got a pretty reasonable plan. Speaker into Mistbinder, pretty decent start. We have the Naturalize for the God-pharaoh's gift. So yeah, we'll need to hit land, but pretty solid outside of that, I think. All right, there we go. All right, let's get the Mistbinder in here and crash on in for 3 on turn 2. Not bad. That's a nice amount of pressure we can put on our opponent. I'd really like to draw Spell Pierce right now. Because this is the sort of game where you worry about getting fumigated. Deeproot Elite, huh? Well, a couple options here. I can be mana efficient. I think I want to play one of the 3 drops. I think it's probably this one. Well, this one's a good follow-up to Deeproot Elite here. Maybe we just play Kumena. Maybe we just crash on in there for 5 and then play Kumena. Maybe. Well, this would get... Yeah, I guess I'm probably just supposed to play this. We're just supposed to aggro our opponent out here. I think that's what we have to do. Because it just puts, you know, it puts 5 power into play. We get to crash in for 5 here. We get attack for a lot next turn. We can maybe hold up Naturalize depending on what happens. May hold back some of the other creatures. We'll see here. It's all going to depend on what we draw. Our opponent didn't have too much going there. Another speaker, huh? Okay. Well, start things off by attacking. Yeah, our opponent's going to go for a chump block plus a mill of themselves here. You know, the thing, though, is we're actually still presenting lethal before Fumigate can come down. There's a God-pharaoh's gift there. All right, well, now I'm definitely keeping up, and I'm going to set this stop on their combat right now. He's in their main phase. I actually don't know where I need the stop exactly, but either way, I'm going to just pass the turn here and hold up Naturalize for God-pharaoh's gift. Now, they don't really have anything impressive to get back with it, right? They just have a Minister of Inquiries, but I think that given how much we have our opponent down to 5 life on turn 3, pretty good. Yeah, perfect. And here's the refurbish. It resolves. We get priority. We get to naturalize this thing, and I think we're going to get there. For what it's worth, this wouldn't have actually beat us anyways. To get back Minister of Inquiries, it's 1 blocker. We just swing in anyways and take them out. Man, look at that. That is a turn 4 kill with Merfolk. That's... Wait, well, that was our turn 4, I guess, because we missed a lane in there. I guess it's a turn 5 kill. Either way, it is pretty good. There you go. That is how you Rivals of Ixalan Standard Merfolk right there. Thank you for watching, everyone.